The element of fire, the element of water, can be captured by us humans. So same with air, but when it comes to connecting with the divine, how are we tuning into the elements? With fire, we can light a candle. With water, we can set aside a cup of water to bless it with our prayers, with our kirtan or simran, or just good intentions as well can be projected onto water. And air would be our breath. So tuning in with our breath. These three main components, then earth would be considered our body. So we want to ground. Combine all these, and the akasha would be our consciousness, being centered and aligned, bringing together all the elements within our body. So on that note, let's pull the sword card. So we immediately think protection, we think defense, we think war, we might think violence naturally. How are we fighting against our own willpower? How are we blocking our own success? How are we blocking our own peace? How are we blocking our own blessings? Blessings, we would say, the good things in life. So how are we blocking our own blessings? How are we cutting? If you imagine your consciousness, the blissful consciousness as a rose, how are we pulling the petals out? How are we cutting this rose into pieces and just not appreciating its beauty the way it naturally is? Or how can we better tune into our higher consciousness, our intellect, through meditation? What can be done to fine-tune our mind to listen to our heart better? So we are on the Valentine's Day theme. How can we tune our mind better into our heart field? And another thing about chakras is it's not just like a vortex like located in the center for heart chakra and third eye here, but we can kind of envision them, or they're coming to me as just a different body. So the heart center chakra would just be like your green body. So it affects your entire system, not just the heart. It affects how the other chakras are run. There's the anime Avatar, if you've seen that clip where chakras are represented through like a waterfall, and how blockages in one chakra can prevent like that water stream from running smoothly down to the other chakras. Same concept. So when we say you have a heart blockage in energy healing, I might do healing in the third eye, or in the throat chakra, or in the sacral or solar plexus area too. So pay attention to how you can fine-tune your mind to be a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more kind in the sense of giving more space to emotions and feelings that are hard to process. So giving them more space. I'm being intuitively told to just hold this rose up. So invite more roses into your life. We talk about visualization, visual meditation. So if you can access a rose, get a rose, or download a picture, focus on a rose. Connected with Mother Mary, of course, but also the Divine Mother, but also the beauty of Source, Creator, and nature. Roses hold a really high frequency, so no wonder, right? We use them to celebrate love, or days like Valentine's Day. So tune into the rose frequency. I also use the rose water spray to cleanse my field, bioenergetic field, or aura sometimes, so you can do that as well. So yeah, the rose, tune into the rose, but just know that with the roses there will be thorns too, but thorns are not always a bad thing. Thorns help us be safe and secure. They help us kind of just step back and appreciate the beauty without just trying to like take this, take that, whatever looks nice to us, beautiful to us, without snatching it. It's like, no, hold on a minute, appreciate what's in front of us, and then access that beauty. After acknowledging it, do we actually need to like break a rose? And there's a storm outside right now, but what are we willing to let go of? Or what the storm is a reflection of our own mental storm, that if you have like a mental condition, I think anxiety is a good example of having a storm inside our head, where we need to ground ourselves and just build a stronger foundation, build a stronger root chakra for ourselves, to give ourselves that piece of land that will always be ours. So no matter if we lose everything, if we lose our material goods, we won't lose this strong grounding, this connection with our body and with that piece of land, like a strengthened root chakra. We won't lose that even if we hit the strongest storms mentally, emotionally. We'll be better prepared. So I was just drawn to my hands for a second there. So use the Gyan or Jyan Mudra to meditate when you do meditate. And feel free to go out there on Google or wherever, YouTube, and look into mudras. Mudras are being called in right now. In light language healing for myself personally, or the sessions I do, there are a lot of hand gestures and movements. Again, what they help us with this, they help us come back to our body. So let's see, is anything coming in for light language as a healing? So deeper breaths, sinking in, anchoring into our body, strengthening the root chakra. So focus for this week, until next time when we pull a card, is to strengthen our root chakra, so we have a strong foundation for all the other chakras to kind of be like, okay, the bottom foundation is strong, so now we can actually, as a conscious, aware human being on this spiritual journey, as a human, we can really stand in a storm without fearing that we might also be taken out by the storm. And crystal wise, we can use amethyst. So I remember learning this, that to strengthen our root chakra, the opposite colors also help. In this case, amethyst is also a strong crystal energy. So the crown, it represents the crown, close to the third eye. These higher chakras, more spiritual chakras. So tune into amethyst to help you. And if you don't have a crystal, you can always pull up a picture again, but highly recommend getting yourself a crystal. Let's do one more to support the sword. We have spiritual learnings card, and this also came last time, but the blessings. So we're just talking about accessing our blessings, how deserving we are, or how we need to remember to appreciate what we have. So bring in the frequency of gratitude for what we have. That's also part of strengthening our root chakra. And then the spiritual learning cards in this deck of the 5 angels and demons, play, pray, meditate card deck I made. The spiritual learnings. Which practices of the Sikh gurus does the sword of spiritual wisdom represent? Oh my god, okay, can't make this up. This card is related to the sword. Like, come on. Okay, so the sword of spiritual wisdom stands for detachment, discipline, duty. What key teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji or any ascended master that you follow in your particular faith? So what key teachings of your faith do the angels help us remember? The angels in this case are the virtues, and here I've listed reciting the name of source. In, say, Sikhi, we can say Vaheguru, we can say Sataram Vaheguru, and there's also this key teaching in Sikhism of sharing. So Wand Shoko, share what we can with others. Time. We can always share time, but we were talking about fine-tuning our mind, but we want to tune our ears as well when we are with friends or family, to listen to them better, heart-to-heart listening. Like the heart is also a listener in a way. And the last one is Kirt Karo, which is to earn an honest living and acting and living from a state of truth. So clear, pure intentions will help us make our mind clear and pure. And that way our heart can also have that space. The heart center can, versus not knowing where the heart center chi, right? If it's just blocked, where can we help it flow? So that's when we do movements, like dance helps. We want to do free movements because our hands and arms are connected to our heart center. So this is when we say share. Vanda Chakrana connects to the heart center field as well. So sharing from our heart, serving from our heart with our hands, praying, heart-centered praying, all about the heart chakra. So that's the reading for this week. Just end with the rose here. And also light yourself a candle, some incense, bring in the natural elements of fragrance. Just tune into nature and bring yourself back into your peace body. Remember the Gyan Mudra. Appreciate the slightest beautiful part of yourself that you notice today. Any part of yourself, look in the mirror or just close your eyes and think about a beautiful aspect of your personality that comes into mind. Or write it out and appreciate that beautiful aspect of yourself. That's what we need to do more of.